claimed that Diddy groped his touched his butt. He believes that Diddy was to have he says that Diddy downplayed it just like he as a joke, like, yo, we just playing around.
Allegations of celebrities. We're talking about Cuba Gooding Jr. being shown through still photos of what the complainant says they have videos of.
Just when you thought the P. Diddy drama had settled down, bam, more lawsuits come flying his way. But this time, it's not about a woman, it's about a man. And what's worse, it's not just Diddy in the hot seat this time. Nope, there's a whole crew of big names getting dragged into this mess, and they're not being called victims. They're being labeled as partners in crime. We're talking A-listers like Cuba Gooding Jr., Meek Mill, Young Miami, Stevie J, Usher, Chris Brown, and even Diddy's own son, Justin Combs. Since the lawsuit bomb dropped, it's been crickets from these co-conspirators. But rumor has it that one of them, supposedly Cuba Gooding Jr., is fuming mad right now. And honestly, can you blame the man? He's been laying low, dealing with his own lawsuit drama, and now his name is being dragged through the mud again. It's like his reputation has taken a nosedive, and being looped into this mess isn't doing him any favors. Word on the street is Cuba is firing off some pretty harsh warnings to Diddy, accusing him of exposing him as his so-called gay dog. If these rumors are true, it could spell major trouble for the whole crew. Now, there's this whole chatter about Diddy and his supposed weird friend zone, right? People are scratching their heads wondering why on earth Cuba Gooding Jr.'s name popped up in the co-conspirator list. But it turns out these two might be tighter than we've ever imagined. They could be best buds for all we know, hitting up parties and maybe even getting into some mischief together. Let me fill you in if you're not up to speed. Here's a brand spanking new chapter unfolding in the Diddy saga, and it's looking like the end of his empire might be looming, and not in a good way. Some serious heavy stuff is potentially slamming the door shut on Diddy's career and could send him straight to the slammer. And guess what? That's exactly what's heading his way in this latest lawsuit. But before this happened, just when he thought he could wiggle his way out of trouble, he pulled a last-ditch legal maneuver, trying to discredit one of the accusers and practically begging the judge to throw the whole case out. Diddy's not just sitting back quietly, though. He's trying to paint himself as the victim, crying foul about cancel culture. But before the judge could even raise an eyebrow at his antics, another lawsuit blindsides him, making it his fifth legal tango since November. This lawsuit is no joke. We're talking a whopping 70 pages of pure legal drama, and it's not for the faint of heart because it dives into some seriously disturbing allegations against Diddy, the accuser, Rodney Lil Rod Jones Jr., a producer who apparently worked on Diddy's latest album, the Love album Off the Grid. Jones claims that the 54-year-old music mogul tried to coerce him into accepting a homo relationship, alleging that this kind of thing is all too common in the music industry. We're just scratching the surface here, and there's plenty more juicy details where that came from. But before we dive into all of that, remember how we mentioned Cuba Gooding Jr. being dragged into this mess? Well, here's the scoop. According to the legal docs that TMZ managed to get their hands on, Jones believes that Diddy was pulling some shady moves with the intention of passing him off to other folks. And get this, he claims that Diddy introduced him to Cuba on his swanky yacht. And let's just say things took a nosedive into uncomfortable territory real quick. Allegedly, Cuba started making unwanted moves on Jones, totally crossing the line until Jones had to push him away. Jones even tossed in a pic of Cuba, hugging him as supposed evidence. The suit alleges that Mr. Combs had dominion and control over the actions of Cuba Gooding Jr. and failed to step in and stop Cuba Gooding Jr. from harassing Mr. Jones. Now we all know Cuba's been down this road before. Back in 2019, a bunch of women came forward with some seriously sketchy claims about his behavior. But this is the first time he's dealing with accusations from another guy. In June 2019, things got seriously messy for Cuba Gooding Jr. The dude found himself in hot water after an incident at a Times Square bar where he was accused of getting a little too handsy with a woman. But hold on, the legal roller coaster was far from over. Another charge was thrown his way, but Cuba managed to dodge the jail cell by striking up a plea deal. Fast forward to now thanks to the Adult Survivors Act, which is the same law that allowed Cassie to sue Diddy last November. Two alleged victims of Cuba have come forward with a fresh lawsuit. In a lawsuit dating back to 2018, a woman alleged that while she was working as a cocktail waitress at Lavo Restaurant and Nightclub in New York, Gooding forcibly kissed her without her consent. Gooding later pleaded guilty to a criminal charge related to the incident. Surprisingly, the recent lawsuit includes a portion of Gooding's testimony, where he admitted to kissing the waitress without her permission. Another incident involves Kelsey Harbert, who claimed she approached Gooding at a rooftop bar, hoping to meet him. However, things took a dark turn when she ended up seated next to Gooding's girlfriend. Harbert alleged that Gooding inappropriately touched her. Shocked by the incident, Harbert wasted no time in filing a police report. Gooding pleaded guilty once again in response to these allegations. Now, in the civil lawsuit, Gooding admitted to non-consensual physical contact during his hearing. Both women involved are seeking damages for a battery, lost wages, and the emotional toll of the incidents. Gloria Allred, representing the plaintiffs, emphasized that they are seeking justice not obtained in the criminal case. While Gooding's camp remains silent, rumors swirl about him gearing up to defend against a new lawsuit from Jones. If these rumors are true, it could severely damage Gooding's reputation. Jones filed the lawsuit on February 26th, claiming he was practically overshadowed by Diddy for over a year. Between September 2022 and November 2023, Lil Rod Jones Jr. was hanging tight with Diddy, capturing moments on Instagram and even flexing muscle together on Diddy's yacht. Now, in his lawsuit, Jones spills the beans, claiming he's got a load of video and audio evidence showing Diddy and his crew up to some shady business during their hangouts. According to court documents obtained by Billboard, Jones is dropping serious allegations against Diddy. This includes claims of inappropriate touching without consent and trying to drag him into sketchy photos with other guys. Diddy allegedly promised Jones a Grammy for his work if he tasted the rainbow, hinting at something illicit. The accusations keep piling up. Diddy supposedly pressured Jones into arranging encounters with sex workers and coerced him into unwanted bedroom activities, not just with those workers, but with others as well. Adding to the shock, Diddy allegedly spiked drinks at his parties without guests' knowledge. Screenshots purportedly show gatherings at Diddy's place involving underage girls and more sex workers, with some women allegedly having their drinks tampered with under Diddy's direction. But it doesn't stop at Diddy. The lawsuit also names other big shots in the industry, like Christina Korum, Sir Lucian Grange of Universal Music Group, and former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia. Jones accuses them of being part of a scheme that failed to properly oversee Diddy's actions, involving Combs, his son, and his chief of staff in a RICO enterprise. A RICO enterprise refers to individuals or groups acting together to break the Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. And here's the kicker. Jones isn't just looking for a slap on the wrist. He's aiming high, seeking a cool $30 million in damages. Now, Justin Combs and his legal team are hitting back at these wild accusations with full force. According to a statement from his representatives, Justin flat out denies all these absurd allegations, labeling them as nothing but a desperate attempt for a quick cash grab. They are all lies. This is a clear example of a desperate person taking desperate measures in hopes of a payday, the statement said. There will be legal consequences for all defamatory statements made about the Combs family. Furthermore, an attorney for Combs is slamming Jones's claims as pure fiction, straight up calling them a cheap ploy to grab headlines. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney Tyrone Blackburn have been ignored as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls, the attorney Sean Hawley said in a statement. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. Now, according to Jones's lawsuit, he claims that back in August 2022, Diddy himself approached him to produce tunes for the R&B album, The Love Album Off the Grid, which snagged a Grammy nomination after its release in September 2023. But here's the twist. Jones says his life took a nosedive after he agreed to work with Diddy. Jones alleges that Combs harassed him while he stayed with him at Combs' homes in Florida, Los Angeles, New York, and even on a yacht in the U.S. Virgin Islands. A RICO enterprise involves individuals or groups working together to violate the Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. And get this, Jones isn't just asking for a slap on the wrist. He's aiming high, seeking a hefty $30 million in damages. Now, Justin Combs and his legal team are fighting back against these serious allegations. According to a statement from his representatives, Justin outright denies all these accusations, dismissing them as a desperate attempt for quick money. They're all lies. This is just someone desperate for cash, the statement said. There will be consequences for anyone making false claims about the Combs family. Moreover, an attorney for Combs is calling Jones's claims pure fiction, accusing him of trying to grab attention with baseless allegations. We have solid proof that these claims are false. We've tried to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, but he won't return our calls, said attorney Sean Hawley in a statement. We'll address these outrageous accusations in court and take action against those who spread them. Now, according to Jones's lawsuit, he says that in August 2022, Diddy approached him to produce music for the R&B album, The Love Album Off the Grid, which earned a Grammy nomination after its release in September 2023. But here's where it gets interesting. Jones claims his life took a turn for the worse after he agreed to work with Diddy. He alleges that Combs harassed him during his stays at Combs' homes in Florida, Los Angeles, New York, and even on a yacht in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The harassment included constant, unwanted touching and groping. Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, invoked a Latin phrase, res ipsa loquitur, which roughly translates to, "the thing speaks for itself," referring to the lawsuit. Jones alleges in the suit that he operated under an implied work-for-hire agreement and was not fairly compensated for the songs he produced on the Love album. Consequently, the lawsuit asserts that Combs' Love Records, Motown Records, and Universal Music Group profited unfairly at his expense. Seriously, folks, this lawsuit is unprecedented. Diddy has been hit with lawsuits by 4 women. Cassie, legally known as Cassandra Ventura, the lawsuit was settled the day after it was filed. The settlement did not imply any admission of guilt, Combs' lawyer Ben Braffman stated. After Cassie's lawsuit, 2 other women, Liza Gardner and Joey Dickerson Neal. These 3 cases against Combs are ongoing. In a statement in December, he denied the allegations, stating, "Enough is enough," and called the accusations against him sickening. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not commit any of the terrible acts alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth, he said in the statement. This situation is insane. The accusations being thrown around could seriously damage Diddy's reputation and business empire. After Ventura filed her lawsuit, 3 of Diddy's former artists came out in support of her. And that's not all. Around the same time, Diddy stepped down from his chairman position at Revolt TV. Then, in December, Hulu canceled a reality show centered around Diddy's family. If that's not enough drama, in January, Diddy settled a lawsuit with Diageo, where he accused them of racism. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about Young Miami. Jones is making explosive claims, alleging that he has substantial evidence of illicit activities involving her. Jones claims that Young Miami's cousin or assistant, whoever it may be, made unwanted advances towards him. According to Jones, this happened on Thanksgiving Day back in 2022, while he was hanging out with Diddy, Young Miami, and their crew. Supposedly, this cousin of Young Miami barged into the bathroom while Jones was there, and things quickly escalated into inappropriate touching. Jones tried to push her away, but it didn't stop there. Allegedly, she then attempted to get intimate right in front of Diddy and the others. And there's more. Jones alleges that Young Miami was among those receiving payment from Diddy for certain extra services. Fast forward to September 2022, and there's more drama at Charlie's recording studio in LA. Jones claims a friend of Diddy's son, Justin, got shot, and he was just 2 feet away when Diddy and Justin emerged from the restroom. Jones says he witnessed the guy suffering from gunshot wounds. But here's the twist. Jones alleges that Diddy forced him to lie to the police about the incident, fabricating a story about it being a drive-by shooting. Diddy's team isn't taking these allegations lightly. They're calling them outright lies from a desperate person and are preparing to take legal action against anyone spreading defamatory statements about the Combs family. But the drama doesn't end there. Stevie J, the Grammy-winning producer from Bad Boy Records, also finds himself in the middle of these accusations from Jones. Jones claims that Diddy used Stevie J's admiration as part of some manipulation process to ease Jones's concerns about his preferences. Allegedly, Diddy even showed Jones footage that he claimed depicted Stevie J getting cozy with another man. But wait, there's a twist. It turns out those screenshots weren't what they seemed. Adult film star Knockout stepped up on Twitter, clarifying the situation, And Stevie J isn't keeping quiet either. He's got his lawyer ready to handle this mess. But wait, there's more. Academics, the hip-hop commentator, dug up some intriguing details from the lawsuit. It alleges that Diddy had intimate relations with a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj and an R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Now, the footnotes in the lawsuit have tongues wagging, suggesting that these mystery celebrities could be none other than Meek Mill and Usher. While it's all still speculation, people are definitely connecting the dots here. Usher isn't the first to raise concerns about Diddy's shady dealings. Others in the industry have spoken up too. Take actor and choreographer Columbus Short, for example. He recently shared a video claiming that Diddy tried to get him to come to his hotel room at 3 a.m. In the video, he straight up said Diddy attempted to pull him into a late-night hotel room situation at 3 a.m. Columbus isn't keeping quiet about it either. He's like, I'm snitching in the kitchen. Columbus shared the story, explaining that he received a random call from Diddy in the middle of the night when he was still married. Diddy was asking why Columbus wasn't at the BT Awards. Columbus, being a married man, replied that he was in bed with his wife. Unfazed, Diddy dropped the bomb that he was at the Beverly Hills Hotel, chilling solo. Props to Columbus for speaking up. But can we please retire the word snitch? Especially when it's about reporting serious issues like harassment. It's not snitching. It's being a decent human and doing your civic duty. We need more people calling out bad behavior, not turning a blind eye.
Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper. 5, that's redacted. Look, 5, he's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. And then the next person, R&B singer, 6, redacted. Look, he performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Usher!
Then there's Usher. Back in the 90s, Diddy ran something called Puffy Flavor Camp. It was like a crash course for young stars to get mentorship from the man himself. And let me tell you, the stories these celebrities have shared about their time there are wild. Usher, the R&B sensation we all know, spilled the beans in 2016. He told Howard Stern that he really got a taste of fame after spending a year living with Puff Daddy when he was just 14. Imagine young Usher impressing L.A. Reid with his musical skills and then jetting off to New York to crash with Puffy during the golden era of Bad Boy Records, all in the name of learning how to make it big in the music scene. I got a chance to see some things. I went there to see the lifestyle and I saw it, Usher said during his first Stern Show interview. It was pretty wild. It was crazy, he added while mentioning some of the biggest names in hip-hop who were always around at Puffy's house, including Notorious B.I.G., Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, and Mary J. Blige. Blige, Craig Mack, and others. I was like their little brother. They called me Baby Boo, Usher spilled. Also, there's Sway Lee, who tagged along on a Bahamas trip with Diddy a while back. And then there's Justin Bieber, who apparently felt uneasy whenever Diddy was nearby. This situation is a complete mess. It feels like a never-ending downfall. Diddy and his rap career seem irreversibly damaged. It's like they've crossed a line they can't recover from. As this chaos continues, it'll be interesting to see if the music industry takes real accountability. What do you think about all of this? Share your thoughts below, and we'll catch you in the next video.